Hello, I'm Alex.
And I'm Porfirio.
And welcome to this week's Norsemen Newsflash.
The canned food drive will continue on until Friday, January 26th. Bring your cans to your teacher's classrooms. If your classroom period or your teacher over all your periods gets the most cans collected, you will get a free pizza party.
Kindness Week will be happening this week, January 22nd through 26th. Mr. Owens will be giving you insight on what Kindness Week is all about.
Right, this week is Kindness Week, and everything is worth a theme. And we're going to be talking a lot about Orange Nation Strong. And the point of the matter is Valhalla is a kind, great place already, and our strength at Valhalla really is our ability to be kind to each other. So we're banding it all together, starting on Monday, and throughout the week you can get yourself an Orange Nation Strong wristband. There will be activities Monday at lunch, so make sure you stop by. On Tuesday and throughout the rest of the week, we'll be doing some themes from Norse Code. So we're incorporating cooperation, ownership, diligence, and empowerment. That's Monday through Thursday. So in your own classes, teachers can talk about kindness, take some pictures in your class. Of course, use the Orange Nation app. Our fan cam will be putting those pictures up on the video wall. Each day at lunch, we'll have specific activities where you can come down and share your positive thoughts about Valhalla. There will be some individual videos coming out on social media that explain each day, so make sure you keep track of that going forward. But the basic theme is Kindness Week. So do things for each other, open doors, pick up your trash, own the school in a positive way, and make sure you tell your teachers and staff and friends thank you for being part of the Orange Nation. If you have any questions about Kindness Week, you can stop by room 304 and come talk to me. Once again, be kind to each other, be Orange Nation Strong, and have a great week.
We want to thank all of you again who have downloaded the Orange Nation app. We want to reach over our goal of 2,000 downloads, so download the Orange Nation app today.
The ASVAB test is coming February 14th at 8:30 a.m. If you want to sign up, go to Mrs. Edwards or Mrs. Kissel at the guidance office.
Winter Formal is on Saturday, February 3rd from 7 to 11 p.m. at San Diego State University. Tickets will be sold for $30 with an ASB card, $35 without. This week, January 22nd through the 26th. Next week, January 26th through the 31st, tickets will be sold for $40 with an ASB card, $45 without. Off-campus guests cost $55 regardless. Check the Valhalla website for a guest pass form today. And now this week's story.
The Second Amendment, or the right to bear arms, has been a controversial topic for many people. With mass shootings, most recently those in Sutherland Springs, Texas, and Las Vegas, Nevada, highlighting headlines for news outlets, the conversation behind gun control has intensified. I was curious to see people's perspectives on this issue, so I talked to students and staff here at Valhalla to find out their opinion on the Second Amendment and how our current gun control laws are working out right now.
I think that the founding fathers would have believed that gun control or gun ownership was something that ordinary people could have.
I think it's a person's right to be able to own a gun, and whether it's for recreational use like hunting or shooting.
For people who are more removed from, wilder areas, then guns may seem unnecessary.
Gun control laws are unrealistic. I think decreasing the number of guns is not the way to solve the violent gun situations.
I think that current gun control laws are responding to the demands of lobbyists more than to the demands of the American people.
I think that we're lacking some enforcement on background checks in order to get a gun.
The American people support the Second Amendment. They want there to be a legal right to keep and bear arms, but they also want there to be more restrictions.
There are steps being made to decrease the number of gun violence situations, but I think they're not looking at the right perspective.
People are critical. They're saying Congress is doing nothing. That's actually untrue. Congress has moved consistently to loosen gun restrictions instead of tightening them after every mass shooting. I think we really saw, with school shootings, that we're not seeing the changes in Congress that parents would hope for.
Government seems to be going in a bunch of different directions.
I don't think that right now in this administration they are really caring about gun control laws.
The voice of the voters, along with the voice of a powerful interest group like the NRA, has convinced our Congress to loosen restrictions instead of doing what the majority of Americans want, which is to tighten background checks to keep more people safe.
More regulation involved with the selling of guns and similar weapons is seen as a way to try to control and limit the amount of mass shootings that have been occurring. I wanted to know the different opinions surrounding background checks and what people would like to be seen done in the future.
I think background checks should be part of the process of owning a gun.
I'm for background checks just because I do not want any people with like some mental disabilities to get a hold of guns and stuff.
They're necessary. I understand that the American people, as a culture, we are really big about privacy and we're really big about liberty. And so those two things conflict with the idea of background check. But I think that the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
They're important and they probably should do them. I don't think it takes too big of a burden to go ahead and do a gun control check.
If I potentially have personal traits that could be threatening to other people, then that's a right that is going to need to be compromised for the greater good.
I would definitely like some gun control laws to be enforced.
Probably some uniformity, some bright line rules, because it's oftentimes difficult for people to know what is acceptable and what's not.
I think we need to get away from the rhetoric that is being pushed by certain news outlets and by self-interested interest groups, people who are trying to push their own agenda. And I think we need to look realistically at what the majority of Americans want.
I'm Deanna Maya with the Saga Network.
That will be all for this week's Norsemen Newsflash.
I'm Porfirio,
And I'm Alex.
and have a great Valhalla week.